Zen says 2 US East, 1 Europe, 1 US East, 2 EU, 1 US East. Well, this is a new one. What on earth is this? I need to write this down. Yeah, I remember I used to be casting RLCS on the weekends, and yeah, we didn't have exact start times for matches like I just described. And we decided to just do it for Salt Mine Underground. Type 1, if you guys remember, the intros for Salt Mine Underground timed as well, usually as accurately as we could make them with the start of Game 1. That was kind of not really done at the time. We decided to take the risk and go for that. Worked out really well, and now everybody does it. But, you know, it's hardly the most unique idea. I'm sure that lots of people independently came up with that one themselves. Anyway, now that we're into Game 1, let's see what kind of Daniel we're going to get. The trilogy commences for Zen versus Daniel. Their first matchup on my channel went all the way to Game 7, where Zen was able to take it in one of the best series I've ever witnessed. And the rematch was on Fear's channel, where Zen took it a lot more comfortably, I believe, 4-1. So Daniel's still looking for his first win against Zen. Daniel and Zen are both still looking for their first win in the Rule 1 Beyond Invitational, sponsored by Rule 1 GG. Be sure to follow them on Twitter for making this possible. You know, it's not crucial that these players win in the group stage. Group stage of this tournament is for seeding purposes. You know, it would be pretty crushing for either of their confidence to lose their first 2 games. Why is everybody atting Rizzo? What did I miss in chat here? I must have missed something. No more ads. I'm going to be heading out. Yeah. Sorry, Rizzo. I know you're a massive fan of the ads. Oh, that nearly got a crazy save there. Shotcast today? Nah, yeah, like Rizzo said in chat, CJ is still flying home. So, you know, if you guys think that the travel time is long for the EU and NA players in RLCS, the OCE guys have the absolute worst time getting home. It takes like a whole day and a half for them to get home, which is pretty tough. WeX, thanks to the 3-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Now Daniel kind of spammed the same losing kickoff strategy against Moxie in the series before. Towards the end of the series, I would have liked to see a bit of a change up from Daniel. He didn't do enough, in my opinion, to keep Moxie guessing, and he kept losing kickoff possessions at the tail end of the series, especially in the last game. Great early challenge here by Daniel, reading exactly what Zen's got planned. He's up by 2 again. Perfect start for the home server game. Oh, what a touch as well by Daniel. That's a really, really difficult touch for Zen to decide what to do with. If he rushes it, it's just going to be a clear and a conceded possession. Takes his time, Daniel beats him to it. So it's likely to be more of an aerial battle. Oh my goodness, is that? No, it's not quite in. We nearly saw one of those at the weekend from, oh, what a save as well. From Sad of Team Secret. He almost scored the best pinch I've ever seen, where he saved a shot with a ground pinch, and it nearly flew straight into the top corner of the other side. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Daniel top corners a very deceptive shot into Zen's goal. Flip reset, wave dash. Actually more middle, I guess, but from Zen's POV, that might as well be top corner. Same angle, same area, and just as unstoppable. Daniel's playing much better already. Absolutely. Yeah, Daniel just really could not stop Moxie's momentum earlier on today. Moxie was just peaking. And when Moxie peaks, he's just so hard to play. So yeah, at no point during the series could Daniel really get a real foothold. He was doing a little bit better every game, making minor adjustments, minor improvements, but it just wasn't enough. But right from the get-go against Zen, Daniel already has a much better position for himself. You know, a little bit helped perhaps by the fact that Zen chose USE's server first. But that's usually what he does when he plays against Daniel. He did this last time that the two played, and he had the choice of server order. Lovely air dribble bump by Zen. He's actually air dribble bumped Daniel multiple times. It's almost like he starts air dribbling the ball, and then he just leaves the ball and air dribbles Daniel instead. That's an air dribble bump within an air dribble bump. Nothing Daniel could do. Fail wave dash to the kickoff though from Zen will give Daniel an opening here. Chad ISR, thanks to the Prime. Welcome to the channel. That's an evil laugh. Oh, you know me. I am probably the biggest fan of air dribble cringe and kickoff goals and everything that the Rocket League community considers cringe. I don't know. I respect it. I respect players doing everything they can to win. And I also have oh, that was did Zen get bumped here? That looked a bit weird on the spectator, but he must have got bumped by Daniel. Did he? Yeah, he did. I think he did. Nicely done by Daniel. But yeah, I also just have a personal, affection to anything that can annoy someone on the internet. So if you can bump your opponent in Rocket League and just annoy them, to me, I feel like that's incredibly satisfying. What a save by Zen. Daniel's surely still going to get something off the end of this, so great attack. Great pressure. And an 8th goal inside 3 minutes. Yeah, like I always say, I feel like you're letting yourself down. I feel like you're leaving goals on the table if you don't bump the living daylights out of your opponents in Rocket League. You are simply not making the most. You're not a true competitor. Not making the most of your opportunities. As a wise man once said, a wise apparently man once said, if you bump one player in a team game like 2v2 or 3v3, you tilt their whole team, especially if they're in Vice together. It's like a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 like bargain bucket. You just get so much of a mental advantage out of one small thing. Why would you not do it? And you also sometimes get some hilarious responses, some really funny screenshots of text chat. And what I consider to be the top prize right now in Rocket League, like probably the top prize for bumping someone in Rocket League is not a goal. It's not a mental advantage in a game. It's them typing something that is completely against the terms of service and then you getting to report them. I don't know, that's probably the prime satisfaction you can get right now by bumping someone in Rocket League. It's them dropping like a racial slur because of a bump in a video game. Like, isn't that just crazy? And then you're just like, oh, you complete moron. Report, enjoy your ban. I don't know, that's like peak. That's peak for me. Not because I think that it's funny for people to drop racial slurs, but I think it's so funny when, people who are closet racists, closet homophobes, closet whatever, accidentally let it out. They have an outburst and they get what they deserve. I'm a fan of the justice. True definition of congratulations, you played yourself, exactly. Oh, that's a great start here for Daniel. If you didn't watch the Daniel vs Moxie series earlier, I'd encourage you to go back and watch it. It was a banger. But also to say that Daniel's regain is incredibly impressive here because he's never beaten Zen before. Overall, their game record is 8 to Zen and just 4 to Daniel. But even coming off a crushing defeat to Moxie, Daniel is still head in the game and looking to get his first win against the most hyped up player in the world right now. You always just type in emotional damage. Yeah, you can usually players who are anyone who gets annoyed by a bump in a video game is usually very, very easily tiltable. If you just like drop some, either very true statement like emotional damage, or if you like Smellsworth suggested the other day, type something in chat like, did you guys not get the last game update? You've got options. You got options for trash talk against players who are annoyed by bumps. Ooh, nearly a banger own goal there by Daniel. Pretty easy victory at the end of the day for him there. Never really in any danger. Looked like maybe Zen was mounting a comeback at the middle of the game, but nah, Daniel stayed consistent, didn't leave any easy openings, didn't make any massive mistakes, and takes down game 1. One more game on US East before we switch servers. Zen's server selection could backfire here. If he loses this one, we're only going to EU for 1, and then we're back to NA again. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on Zen. If not now, then definitely in game 4. Daniel remains unfaked at the start of game 2. Keeps his scoreline clean for the moment. Yet another stop on a Zen attacking play. Daniel dodges the demo and the exit as well. Looks like he's got a better read on Zen than he did on Moxie, that's for sure. And no mechanical advantage for Zen yet. Double tap, goes in, and I said yet, and I think that was probably the only correct part of that sentence, because now suddenly Zen produces an absolute worldie. Floor double, rockets into the roof of the net. And just like that, Zen gets his first lead of the series. Daniel actually opting in this series for the Karmine Corp decal. Was he running the V1 decal in the last series? I've totally forgotten what he had. Did he have any org decal against Moxie? KC decal is going to obviously be very popular these days. Very popular at the moment. Nice save by Zen. That was a very Rawas-esque save on an aerial play. I really feel like this is going to be the meta shift for aerial defense. Just everybody copying what Rawas does, just saving your dodge for the challenge midair. It's really cool to see, because I feel like it's kind of a low-level Rocket League player way of saving shots is to just jump once and then flip into the ball. You know, usually when you go up in ranks a little bit, you start seeing more fast aerial challenges, but now when you get to the very top of the pile, the best players in the world playing against each other, suddenly that single jump dodge is peak again, because they're playing at such a high level, they don't want to overextend against each other. Rawas really has shown everyone that is a really good way, maybe even the best way to stop low flip reset shots. Daniel taking a leap out of his previous series playbook. Flicks the ball past Zen. Zen had absolutely no boost to speak of. Daniel would have known that, because yeah, the fact that Zen has wave dashed and then flipped there and not used any boost at all, it really indicates that he's completely on zero, not just boost starved, but yeah, on absolutely nothing. So good read there by Daniel. Just plays the shot to the far post. He knows there's a very good chance Zen cannot reach it. Flip reset from Zen. Oh, it's gone in. What a finish again. Daniel got a piece, but Zen from his own back corner wall leaves nothing up to chance on this play. You know, against when you got Daniel and Zen on the field, I feel like you're going to see that exact shot probably more than any other matchup in the world. Single reset and then a rocket of a shot from midair, either a pre-flip or just a direct shot. They're so good at generating power on these while placing it top shelf. Daniel trying to get Zen to panic and flip into the ball there. Zen does not fall for it. Looks for Daniel maybe to be bumpable afterwards. Daniel stays safe. Oh, good timing. Daniel able to work his way into a second goal. Denied Zen the 50-50 he was looking for. Notice here, Zen's trying to fly into the ball. Daniel waits for the ball to bounce and then knocks it over the top of Zen. If he'd panicked and gone earlier there, Zen would have dunked him and probably survived the exchange. Off the wall air dribble again by Zen. One reset is his. Daniel pre-jumps so early, but oh, he didn't get goal side. Daniel flops the landing and Zen just shoots it right by him. Daniel prevented the early shot by approaching the way that he did, but he didn't land in the right place. He was a bit backwards there. Zen with an easy finish to go up by 2 again. Daniel absorbs Zen's kickoff, takes the back corner possession, wants to shoot early here, hoping Zen's challenging. This time he's not. Now Den misses his back corner touch. Daniel has a free ball. Double jump challenge by Zen, connects, and it might actually be his ball on the counter here. Daniel stops it by the early turn. Both players trading bumps actually. Daniel goes for the double bump. Zen left himself a bit open for that one. And his boost management, his boost advantage is good enough. Well, look at this by Zen. Very dangerous, very difficult tight angle double tap to be going for with hardly any boost at his disposal. He's ended up missing entirely. Now, Zen's idea here is he's trying to get a very, very soft touch on the ball. That way it either goes into Daniel's net or it'll go straight across the box and into the back corner, which would give Zen time to recover. He knows that if he hits the near post there, it's really bad news, and Daniel's probably just got a free goal. So he tried to go the other way. Unfortunately, he went a bit too far the other way and missed the ball entirely, but the idea is not a bad one. He is actually thinking about the recovery as well as the goal, which shows very high level planning on a low boost play. Daniel, I think, actually messed up his approach there, but corrected it beautifully on the landing. Zen calls his bluff on the follow-up shot. And gets the back corner possession for himself. Full pitch air dribble takeoff from the ground. Daniel challenges early. Stays goal side the whole time. Backs up Zen again. Zen snipes Daniel. Minute and 20 to go. Zen booms in a long shot. He's up by 3. Very interesting exchange there. Zen had opportunities. He could have tried to just get underneath Daniel on the first landing. Maybe trip him up. But he played for the safe strategy instead. Just let Daniel hit the ball once and then demos him on the landing. Delayed kickoff there for Zen. Gets him another possession play. He's outworking Daniel here. Reverse wave dash from Zen. To keep Daniel guessing. Now an air dribble dunk attempt coming in. It goes wide. Daniel's got a little bit of boost left over. So does Zen. Oh, that's not the best. First few touches by Daniel. But he salvaged it and he might have a shot on target here. Has to settle for the boost steal. Again, not the best first touch by Daniel. That just invites Zen in, and Zen accepts the invitation. Scores his 7th goal of the game. Game 2 on US East has fallen apart here for Daniel. A couple of lackluster setups off the walls. First in his half and then in the back corner as well. He wanted that to go a lot more vertically than it did. Hitting it backwards like that just killed the attack. Now Zen's missed the ball entirely. Well, if he was demoable, he is. And Daniel's going to be scoring, and he does. So a mistake from Zen allows Daniel a chance. Daniel just fully committing there for the demo. Will he get enough possession at the end of the game? No boost for Daniel. He went for a big kickoff win, and he got a small one. It's still a chance nonetheless. Daniel with a massive flick for someone to no boost, and there's reverse attack to score as well. Well, I mean, you've got to go for it here. Daniel is playing his only win condition, which is to send it. I mean, that could just as easily 50-50 anywhere else in the pitch, but Zen missed it. Daniel capitalizes and now switches left on the kickoff, wins it with just a few seconds left. Massive change up there by Daniel, looking for the direct air dribble. Doesn't go in though. He has to turn quickly here if he's going to have any chance. Zen denies him that opportunity and will win the game with some ball pressure. A good try there by Daniel at the end. You know, I criticized him at the end of the Moxie series for not switching up his kickoff strategy enough at the end of game 4. He switched sides there, got a kickoff possession, a strong one. Unfortunately for him, it was not enough to come away with a goal. I think maybe air dribble bump for Daniel there would have made the most sense, but it looks like he was predicting Zen to be expecting that exact play. I think that's why Daniel went for the high air dribble. He's thinking Zen's going to dive in low and cover an air dribble bump or a flip reset. No problem, says Daniel. I'll type go just as Zen is aware. Wait, he's not in the lobby. Hold on. I think I need to unpause this. I'm not sure what happened to the kickoff if I pause it before the ball is in play. Yeah, it looks like we're good to go. Okay, here we go. Game 2. Just making sure there that we're going to get a clean kickoff spawn. And indeed we do. You know something I've only just considered right now, and this is some very, very, like, disgustingly sweaty high-level thinking. Oh my goodness. Send 1-0 with a scorcher as we kick off game 3. Double reset. And a flick very low to the ground. Look how high that ball lifts over the top of Daniel, despite it being so close to the ground to begin with. I just realized something. Does the first kickoff spawn just replay if you pause the game and start it again like this, or does it pick another one? I didn't pay attention. Does anyone know? The reason I bring this up is because I want to tell you guys that, well, something that I thought was just common knowledge, but turns out it isn't common knowledge. I forget which pro player it was. Different one? Interesting. That could be a little bit of info gathering for the players. That's super, super sweaty high level. I don't think anyone's going to care about thinking about that, though. But yeah, I was talking to, I think it was either CJ or Amphis recently, or maybe Maxiu. I can't remember. It was one of the APAC boys or an OCE player. One of them didn't know that the 5 kickoffs you get in a game cycle through one after another, so you get the same pattern every time. So it is something to remember in your own games. You can kind of plan one kickoff ahead because you know, if you've been paying attention, you know what kickoff is coming next after you've seen the first 4. Now, all that to say, I've not been paying attention to the first 4 kickoffs, so I can't tell you off the top of my head. But they actually do cycle through here. So if you look at the scoreline here, there are 4 goals on the board. What that means is that when we have 9 goals on the board, when you add 5 to whatever scoreline there currently is, when we have 9 goals, or 4 more goals and an overtime, is another way that it could happen. Basically, the next 5 kickoffs after that will be the same. So, yeah, they do actually cycle. The same 5 kickoffs cycle through every game. But which kickoffs they are, I believe, is random. You don't know what the kickoffs are going to be until you've seen 5 kickoffs, and then from that point onwards, you do actually have knowledge to know every single one from then onwards. Nice little save there by Zen. Daniel wanted Zen to back off a little bit more there. You know, Zen showing that actually deep shadowing is not the counter to the monster Moxie style flick that has become very popular these days. In fact, Daniel's been doing it to an extremely high level the past game or two, past series or two as well. That's a really good 50-50 near post by Zen. Daniel expecting the flick here. Zen just wave dashes and accelerates it into the bottom corner before Daniel can get there. Yeah, you'd think that, oh, well, if the opponent's going to, you know, launch the flick into the top corner, then I need to be as far back as possible so I have as much time as I need to react to the flick that's coming towards me. But the truth is, you know, when you get to that, you know, 120 km/h flick speed, there is no reacting to it. Human reaction time is not going to allow you to react to a flick that's coming at that pace. And really the best ways to save it is either to pre-jump, just guess where the ball's going, or rather read where the ball's going instead of reacting, or close the distance like Zen did on that double jump save for Daniel's boomer flick that happened a minute or two ago. Lovely double save here by Zen. You know, just similar to stop and air dribble bumps, you want to challenge early. You want to get as close to the play as you can and get a foot in before the opponent has any momentum in the position. What server? This is the EU server game. There's a quick look at the ping. Both players have had pretty similar ping in the away servers today. First 2 were US East. Oh, what's a save by Zen. He's in a massively bad position though, and he will concede. Daniel with a simple slot to the top shelf. Although he makes it look simple, I can guarantee you if I try to do this, I'm hitting the post and then it's a goal for the other player. How badly do I think Squishy would lose his Zen? Or would it be close? I don't really know what level. I've not seen Squishy play ones in years, so he'd probably lose 4-0. And I'd be surprised if any of the games went to overtime, but that's not really a, you know, I think even a controversial thing to say. I mean, if somebody doesn't play ones and they play against one of the absolute best ones players in the world, you're not going to get a game. Unless there's like some kind of trolling going on, or, you know, someone's peeking, or, you know, some other like crazy circumstances happening. Because yeah, 1v1, the best players in ones right now are just so good. Nah, they're not going to drop games to players who are not playing ones. Yeah, this is a good chance for Daniel. He's going to rectify the unfortunate position he had. Oh, he's missed it though. Well, that was a boost advantage for Daniel, and he decided to go and read the downward bounce. I love the strategy, to be honest, by Daniel here, because he does have an advantage in that position. It looks like he just didn't get the read properly, thought it was coming more straight down, but it actually bounced out a bit. Daniel just didn't get the read. Yeah, to be fair to him, it's a very difficult read. Oh my. Speaking of difficult reads, how does Zen get this one so accurately? That's disgusting. I thought he might have a flip, you know, because he kind of tried to get a flip reset as he backboarded that. Zen peeking at the right time. He's looking to go 2-1 up before we go back to the USE server for one game. A low 50 will get him another one. Zen slots it. Daniel has had a bit of a problem both reading and stopping Zen's low 50s today. Zen's threatening flicks. He's threatening to take off. What a completely transformed player he is with his kickoff as well. You gotta be careful here. Zen was bumped off the wall, so he had a dodge to accelerate the ball at any moment. Yeah, it really just shows you guys what you can achieve with not really that much of a change to your kickoff repertoire. Really the only thing that Zen's changed is he flips both ways now. He doesn't just always go to the outside. He goes inside, goes outside. This time he's gone inside. That's the main change he's made to his kickoff game, but he's also like sometimes, you know, integrated delayed kickoffs and also wave dash recovery kickoffs. That's it. That's really all that he's done. And that is enough to completely change the look of a game. First time he played Daniel, I think Daniel won 10 kickoffs in a row at one point. Now it is almost dead even. It shows you that, you know, just with a little bit of switch up and high level speed flip mechanics, high level 50 mechanics, you can go even with the best in the world, or even get kickoff wins of the best versus the best in the world. Zen pressing for a 2-goal lead. This is what he does. He does not. He's not satisfied. He doesn't settle for a 1-goal lead unless he's got maybe 4 seconds to play. And back corner possession. He's just letting the clock do the work for him here while keeping the pressure on. Oh, Daniel's backflipped. That was the play that he needed to be secure on. He had 80 boosts to play with. Zen just lifted the ball over him. Daniel had a good position to defend this from, but he panic flips on the spot, and all his hard work in this game might be for nothing. Fake reverse challenge there from Daniel, but Zen's just on the ball. Daniel can't get rid of him. He's hoping that that's hitting the bar so he can maybe shoot it first time. You know, it might look silly here from Daniel, but really he knows that if he jumps here, he's lost anyway. If he jumps and pops that ball into a back corner, it's game over anyway, so there's not really any point in doing that. He just has to hope that Zen has hit the bar and it bounces down, and maybe he can shoot it first time. That's the only way he has a chance of winning this game. So yeah, he's played the win condition there and ends up losing by another goal. A loss is a loss, doesn't matter what the scoreline is. It does mean that Zen takes the lead in the series 2-1 before we head back to US East. Yeah, you've always got to think about what is the pro actually doing here. Very easy in that kind of position to just think, oh my goodness, what's he doing? How did he not know it was in? But it's because he's thinking beyond that. He's not just thinking, is that in or not? He's thinking, you know, can I win if I jump? No. Okay, I'm not going to jump. Have to just wait for the shot. We're in game 4, so it's going to be US East. And then 2 EU and then 1 US East. So really interesting server order here for Zen. I've not seen this order be chosen before. If you've just joined us, what Zen did is he chose for the first 2 games of the series to be on the US servers, then 1 on EU, and then 1 more on US East before 2 on Europe. So I'm not sure really what his thinking is, but I'm assuming that he wants to, you know, start off on the NA server so that he's the underdog, which makes sense. And then he also wants, you know, to really put pressure on Daniel at the end of the series. What happened there? I think did Daniel try and just deflect the ball to his back corner there by driving through it, and it nearly went in his top corner of his net. That's the only thing I could think of that Daniel would have done there. I was on Zen's POV. But it is viable to you know, try and deflect the ball back corner by just driving through it. Sometimes goes wrong against certain approaches. Slightly more random outcome, of course. Great turn by Daniel here. Clean beat and an equalizer. Let's see this from his perspective, because this is yeah, it's not actually a free goal by any means, and not a free ball. He did have to be very precise there to get his car past Zen, because sometimes when you're double jumping into the ball like that, you just end up getting bumped the full length of the pitch by your opponent who was about to hit the ball. Oh, that's a bit cheeky. Daniel being very greedy here. Zen pretty much all in the bottom corner. Oh, Daniel fell off the post. I mean, if Daniel's just stayed, if he's on the ground there and flipping into the ball, that goes back corner, counter-attack commences, but I think he tripped on the post, and that really limited the strength of the hitbox he was able to have. Now he invites the demo and we see what happens. Routine save for Daniel on the Zen flick, but he concedes possession afterwards. Zen keeping the pressure on. That's a better save for Daniel. Defends his back corner boost with that one. Lackluster flick, but it's enough. It's far from the best one we've seen from Daniel today, but he's spotted an opening here. After seeing Zen go for the mid boost, he just immediately flicked the ball. Shows that even though he didn't get the perfect connection, it's still good enough to go past Zen, who overextended for the mid boost. Louis Osman, thanks to the Prime. Also Mickey Cassie, thanks to the Prime. Arhenium1, thanks to the 6-month tier 1. Chad ASR, thanks to the Prime as well. Oh, massive air dribble by Zen. What a touch to finish it off. Daniel darted down the middle of the pitch, picked up all the boost pads along the way, actually except one, but still couldn't get close to Zen's monstrous final touch that slammed the ball in the top corner. It's something you always know you're going to get when you've got Daniel and Zen playing against each other. You're going to get plenty of variety with the aerial game. There's a little bit more. Daniel with the air dribble bump, which actually turned into a ground bump because Zen did not jump to defend it, and Daniel had to just fly back down to make contact with him. Well done to connect with Zen. He tried to stay low to defend this one. You know, every time that you guys type ADC for air dribble cringe, all I think of is air dribble celebration. You know, for me, that's a better way to describe it. It's an air dribble celebration. It's a celebration of the beautiful game, which is Rocket League 1v1, and the beautiful physical aspect of the game that Psyonix have so intelligently included. I can promise you, you know, it's very hard to imagine Rocket League without bumps, but I can promise you the game would be more boring without them. If every car just phased through every other car, it would feel pretty stupid. Another air dribble celebration by Daniel. He's one goal up, and all of his fans are celebrating all around the world. Has Lethimer ever like reduced? No, not sure where that word come from. Has he ever released a mode of Rocket League where bumps and demos don't happen, like all of the cars just phase through each other? Because if he hasn't, I'd love to see it. I'm almost positive that it would just be a more boring version of the game where goals are harder to come by and ball chasing is even more overpowered than it already is. Like, do you guys enjoy... What a save, by the way. Do you guys enjoy when the opponent can just drive into the ball and they have nothing to be afraid of? I don't know. I feel like it removes counterplay if there's no bumps and demos. Everybody could just ball chase and ignore what the opponent is doing. Yeah, kind of like 3D sideswipe. Sunless Khan made a video about it. Did he actually? I've not seen that one. I need to go watch it, but... yeah, 50-50s would... I mean, cars would still hit the ball. Everything would just be, you know, more 50-50able. Oh, that's a really good save by Zen. Oh, that's a very good defensive display. Daniel working into the corner for the boost. Steal here. Oh, he didn't get it, though. He decided to play for the immediate shot. Zen's all over him, though. And he has missed from distance. So he'll go for the ceiling shot instead, and his top bins. What a showman. Misses the open net, only to then take the scenic route and slot it top corner instead. Daniel remained grounded. He didn't know exactly where that one was going. Probably thinking to himself, there's a chance Zen misses this, and then Zen puts it top bins, and Daniel's thinking, why did I think that? And Zen goes underneath Daniel's pre-jump. Great adjustment by the Frenchman. Daniel expecting an air dribble here, just tries to pre-jump it, counter it nice and early, and Zen walks it underneath him. I know that you guys are probably thinking, you know, somebody watching this is probably thinking, what is Daniel doing? That is just the dumbest play, but at the same time, if Zen did, you know, try to air dribble that one with a high first touch, then Daniel would have destroyed him with an early pre-jump like that, and it would look like a genius move. You know, you can't think, you know, with a results-based mind in these situations. You have to think, what was Daniel trying to do, not what actually happened when you're trying to decide if something was smart or not. Now, was it smart? Has he pre-jumped too many times in this match? Perhaps. But was it just by default a bad idea to do that? No, it wasn't. That could work, and it would look like a genius if it works. It looks stupid if it doesn't work, but yeah, it's just one of those plays. The placement from Zen is too good. He wins once again on the US East server. Flip reset, and then a takeoff to get in front of the ball. Daniel says, go next. So, to EU we go. Daniel's just not having the best day at the office here. His trilogy with Zen is going the same way as the first two matches did. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that every time that they've played, Zen has led 3-1. I think. That's true, right? I'm pretty sure he's been leading 3-1 in all of their encounters. Daniel might ask for a... He says no problem, alright, he's gonna go. Alright, he's gonna go for it here. Must win for Daniel. The first time that these two played, Zen led 3-1 after 4 games. And then Daniel took 2 games on the US server to send it to game 7. The last time they played, Zen led 3-1 and won game 5. Now, if Daniel is going to take us to game 7 today, he's going to need to do the impossible and beat Zen twice in a row on EU server. Something he has done before, by the way. He has beaten Zen in the past, but his record on EU server against Zen is not a good one. I think he's 1-5 or 1-6 or something. He's definitely up against it here, no doubt about it. Daniel is the massive underdog here. But he needs to look beyond his record with Zen if he's trying to motivate himself, if he's trying to hype himself up to win this match. He needs to look past his poor record that he's got against Zen. He needs to look at the record he's got on EU server against other players. This is a player, Daniel is the player with the most success out of any American playing on the European server. Whether it's against Middle Eastern competition, whether it's against European competition, Daniel is the guy when it comes to cross-server matchups. Fortunately, Zen has had his number the majority of the times they played. Good speed there though by Daniel. Saw the internet saving coming for Zen. Knew that this is just all about how quickly he could get to the ball. Dunks it in. Why do I have the Team Liquid decal on? I don't know, it just feels strong, feels fast. I was playing Rocket League one day recently, maybe somewhat recently, I don't know how many weeks ago. And look at the high level reads here though. Daniel saw the pre-jump, tried to place it behind Zen, but Zen saw that. Oh, he's missed the open net! Absolute comical open net miss there by Zen. Daniel doesn't want to take it. He actually goes for the defended net instead. That is ridiculous respect for Daniel, acknowledging that was probably open. But Zen wants him to take a goal. I mean, honestly, Daniel should just score here because, yeah, that was a mistake by Zen. Zen just completely blundered. It's fair enough that Daniel takes the goal. More than fair. It is only right that Daniel takes the goal. Lots of respect being shown by both players here. Yeah, I was going to say that, yeah, a few weeks ago I was playing Rocket League and I felt like I was losing every 50-50. I felt like my decal, or lack of decal, I can't remember if I had a decal on or if I was just, you know, a green card or something. But it felt like my car was too slippery, a bit too weak in challenges. Changed to the Team Liquid decal and then suddenly, boom, I'm winning every 50-50. I'm the strongest player on the planet. You know, sometimes a decal can do that. Just need a little bit more strength. So I've not changed from the Team Liquid decal since. And you think I'm stupid for saying this? I mean, look how many times pros were changing decals in LCS. Oh my goodness, Daniel! Hits a floor double on Zen. We saw Zen do this earlier. Daniel hits one that's every bit as accurate and just as hard to save. Yeah, what do you guys think about goal of the major, the winter major? Everybody's obviously seeing the Ahmad similarity here. Do you guys think Ahmad's goal was the goal of the major? Daniel, you're doing a bit of a Rawas impression against Zen. You know, Rawas really got Zen to play a grounded style by just pre-jumping ridiculously early against him, and then beat him twice. Of course, Daniel's pretty known for his pre-jumps and defense as well, so it's smart that he's doing this, trying to get Zen into more of a grounded game. Yeah, I think the best goals of the tournament, definitely Ahmad's goals in the conversation. You know, most I think clutch goal is definitely Vatira's 0-second goal in the grand final. Like, grand final nerves, obviously different, massively different from earlier in a tournament, or indeed a 6-0 scoreline from Falcons against Gen G. Saw that, in, you know, most notably in the grand final with a devastating miss from FairJame, who's someone nobody would expect to make a mistake like that. But it just shows you even the best players in the world can get nervous when the pressure's on. Vatira doesn't seem to subscribe to that anymore. He is just ridiculous. Yeah, Vatira goal definitely the most high pressure and impressive execution. Yeah, Ahmad's goal, I think the most hype. The crowd went nuts for that one as well. Oh, what a finish by Zen. Fakes a high reset shot, goes low instead. Yeah, you've also got to remember the... what other goal was I going to mention? I lost track of my thought there when Zen peaked right there. Oh yeah, the Atto goal. The Atto goal is definitely the most unique goal, where he got bumped into an air dribble by his opponent and then recovered midair to underdunk it on the goal line. Yeah, that's a really unique goal. I think the luck element of it probably means it shouldn't be goal of the tournament, but it's definitely the most unique goal. What do you guys think was the best team goal of the weekend, though? What was the best passing goal? Maybe the Team Liquid one, the Acronic to Oski, probably. Or the TRK 1-2 with Khaled. They're both really, really good team goals. Yeah, FairJame's pass downwards was also disgusting. I'm talking about the one that he hit for one of his teammates to score, not the one that he hit for Itachi to score the tournament-winning goal. I do say that because somebody like memed on him already, like made an edit on Reddit about Ali assist to the week, and it's just like the FairJame own pass. Oh, that's dirty by Zen. Daniel is almost there. He's right there at the finish line, but he kind of bottled the challenge there. I reckon if he just challenges on that play, he's got a better chance. Fake challenge did nothing. Zen dissects his defense from point-blank range. One goal in it. Can Zen break the hearts of Daniel's fans by shutting down another comeback? He's trying to keep this one in the middle instead of playing for the boost steal. That gives Daniel a free chance on net. If he can double up here, then he is in a great position to win this. He's got Zen on 0 boost, and Zen denied the back corner by Daniel. He's just keeping the pressure on here, and he does slot another shot through. 7-5. Daniel winning on EU's server to keep himself in the series. Do I think Exotic deserved offensive MVP? No, I mean, I think it was definitely Vatira. I like that they're willing to give MVP and offensive MVP to the same player, because it's probably true. I'm a fan of that. Okay, Daniel fights back on a yellow ping server as well. I don't know why he okayed this server. He knows he can get green ping on Europe. I felt like when I saw him do that, I was definitely worried. I thought, oh no, Daniel might just be tilted. He might just be trying to get this over with, because he's okayed a yellow ping server. It's gone a bit higher here because he's alt-tabbed, but his head's still in the game. He is absolutely laser focused, and he's just taken down Zen in the away server. Needs to do it again though, but if he can do that, then the ace match, game 7, will be on NA. We need a playmaker MVP. Yeah, we do need a playmaker MVP, that's true. I think it would be cool to have a playmaker MVP, because offensive MVP is a bit too vague, you know? I reckon if the MVPs that should happen are not just offense and defense. I reckon it should be you know, goal scorer. It's like striker MVP, playmaker MVP, and then defensive MVP. I think there should be 3. And then overall MVP as well. I think there should be like one. Yeah, because there are literally 3 players in every team in Rocket League. And they often take the roles, like on average, of like the striker, the playmaker, and the third man, the defender. So yeah, I think 3 MVPs would be awesome. Do players win money for MVP anymore? Is that like actually prize money? I don't think it is. It used to be. Great save there by Daniel. Can he get back to it as well? Zen just mind games him. Daniel's still gonna get there. No, you just get an MVP now? Oh yeah, if there's no prize money on it, if it's just an MVP, I think they should definitely add Playmaker MVP. Because Playmaker MVP for me was exotic. He wasn't the all-around offense MVP, because I think Vatira just did way too much, like 1v3ing teams multiple times, as well as also being a brilliant facilitator for his teammates. But Exotic's assists were by far the best, I think, this tournament. He was teeing up his teammates so often. Pressure MVP Itachi. I mean, I know all UKC fans are trying to come up with a reason to give an MVP to all of the players on KC. You know, it's awesome that you guys are all that supportive, but we don't need to think of an MVP for everyone. Like, I think 3 is perfect. Daniel denied his first goal of the game, but he does get a boost steal for his trouble. Actually, no, he didn't. He backed off to mid. Now here comes Zen again. Oh my goodness, what a flick by Zen! What on earth is that power? Daniel baited it. He backed off and gave Zen a little bit of space in the setup, but he regrets it because Zen just launches it top corner. 119 kph. Complete catapult from Zen to make it 3-0. Yeah, you can clearly see from Daniel's POV there, he wants Zen to hit the ball. He's thinking, okay, that's far enough away. Zen's flicks haven't been as powerful as Moxie's today, so I'm just going to let him flick this, and then I'll save it, grab my back corner boost, and get my counter-attack started. But Zen gives him even more to think about in an already difficult matchup. Daniel straight down the middle, 1 goal. Finally on the board in Game 6. Yeah, how hype were the intros, by the way, from the RLCS Major this weekend? Shout out to Stax, Wavepunk, and the production team for putting together, I think, overall the best hype intro package that we've seen in any Rocket League event. I was loving it, absolutely loving it every single time. I think we're truly blessed in Rocket League to have such a combination of talented individuals in that role. Yeah, production team as well. Like the lighting, the music, the timing was always amazing. Oh my goodness, the timing from Zen is amazing as well. 5-1. A great little post-goal celebration from Daniel as well, but Zen just launches a pinch straight into the net. Look at this from Daniel though. Nose slide. Sorry for watching that replay again, Daniel, but I wanted to highlight the incredible nose slide that he got there. Very difficult to land those. Zen pre-flip into reset. He's feeling it now if he wasn't already. If he wins 4-2, he's back to an even score. Lost 4-2 to Roas, but he's trying to hand Daniel the same L. And it's been all Zen in Game 6. Zen air dribbles over him to make it 6-1. I think Daniel will keep fighting because there's a long time left, but Zen is unstoppable right now. He's just hit that complete flow state where everything works for him. Daniel does still have time on his side. The flick is good. Goes straight at Zen here, knowing that even if Zen saves this, it's difficult to get a clear. Look at this. The top left is far more open, but Daniel knows it's actually more important to just make the save difficult, because if Zen can save a top left flick there, the clear is very natural. It's very easy to deflect the ball to safety. Not as easy when you just put it right over his head, like Daniel did there. Zen tries to pogo. It doesn't work, but oh my goodness, the speed that he gets back to the ball. He even tries turning on the ceiling by landing slightly uneven. If you notice there, he let 2 of his wheels hit the ceiling before the other 2 there, so he could get the turn a little bit more quickly. He's just next level with the movement. Daniel must have thought when Zen botched the pogo there that the next attack was bound to be his, but Zen has other ideas. 7-2. Daniel's trolling? Well, not at all. I mean, that is just... How do you stop that play? Daniel trying to shoot underneath Zen there. Zen stays low enough. Denies that avenue as well. Nah, Daniel's not trolling. It's just Zen is surprising him at every turn. There's really not much you can do on the away server when your opponent plays this well. Daniel continues to fight. He's within 4. Kickoffs have got to go his way at the end of the game here. Final minute approaching. A frustrating position for Daniel to be in, no doubt. He sticks to his guns. That's his most used kickoff, and it has worked. He's got the air dribble started off the sidewall. Early reset before Zen can really do anything. Daniel trying to fake underneath him. Zen again stays low enough, and he slots from distance to make it 8-3. You know, I really do. I don't hate what Daniel's done there, because you can see that Zen's pre-jumped, and if Daniel flicks high, if he shoots that, then he's probably going to run into a save, so he tries to go under. But unfortunately for Daniel, Zen's defensive approach was perfect. He covered high, blocked low, and ultimately stops the comeback from Daniel before it can really get started. Daniel looking to set up another flick from distance. It's not working out well for him. Wants maybe a backcourt bumper demo, but Zen's too quick. Away he goes. And he's one ceiling challenge away from winning the series. There it is. I think that's game. Daniel needed an immediate goal there and then multiple kickoff possessions, and that is not going to happen because Zen has just done too much. GG's. A great effort by Daniel here. Key game for me was game 4. I think, you know, if Daniel wins that one, he's in with a great chance, but unfortunately Zen was too much. You know, reason being, if Daniel won game 4 here, if he could just make it to game 4 in a tie series, then he just needs one more on EU server, like he did, by the way. He did win game 5 on EU server. If he could have done that from an even position, then he's at least guaranteed game 7 on US. But his final US server game, he just couldn't get to it. He just couldn't make it to that game 7 US East position. If he gets there, then suddenly he's the favorite. But Zen closed the series in 6, as I'm sure he planned, because he did put that final US game in game 7. So no doubt Zen was hoping to finish the series at this point. Daniel is going to be bottom of the group as a result of that match, but he does still have a chance to get second place, actually, I think. Let me just really quickly calculate. He's -6 here. Daniel plays Ruas, so if Daniel, for example, 4-0'd Ruas, he would go to -2, and Ruas would go to -3, so Daniel could pass Ruas. And then if Moxie smashes Zen would be on like -3 or 4 as well. So there is still a very small chance for Daniel to finish top 2 in the group and get the bye into the semi-finals. Remember that no one is eliminated from group stage here. The 2 players who finish last and second last in the group will start the playoffs in round 1. Second place in the group gets a bye to the semi-finals, and then first place in the group gets a bye all the way to the grand final, as you can see here. So it looks like Moxie is going to be that guy, but he plays against Zen tomorrow, someone that he's never beaten. And if Zen can take down Moxie, then of course he will most likely be top of the group, pending the Ruas Daniel match, which happens on Thursday.